up, buttercups? It's Devin here, the poor lipstick addict. So basically, this is my update for my Pan That Palette number 3 of the July update. So, um, this is the Violet Voss Berry Burst Fun Size Palette that I have been working on for the last, let's see, I introduced it in April, 3 months. Um, wow. That was terrible. Okay. Anyway, so last month I redid my Pan That Palette idea, and I am just keeping track of how many times I use each shade in the palette, and um, just recording how many times it takes me to use up a shade. My goals for this month were to hit pan on the dark chocolate matte brown shade and finish the second and third shades in the palette, and just expand some pans. So I didn't hit all of my goals, but I did do some damage, and unexpectedly, I do have a few empty pans. So let us see what it looks like. So this is the palette now, and I will insert pictures at the end like I have been doing of what they look like. But basically, as you can see, my goal, let me bring it in a little bit closer. My goal was to hit pan on, okay, so this was already used up last month, but my goal was to hit, or not hit pan, finish this shade here and this shade. As you can see, I did not finish this shade, but I did finish the second shade here and this fourth shade, which I had no idea I was going to finish. But as soon as this one was gone, that was my all over lid crease shade, and I used it quite frequently. I did hit pan, some pretty large pan, in the matte chocolate brown shade. So let me just go down the line quickly. This one was gone. So the second shade I finished in 8 uses on June 30th. I finished that shade. This third shade I have used 15 times. If you look really close at it, this whole corner right here, this whole corner is gone. And I'm working on finishing this corner. This fourth shade I finished in 18 uses on July 15th. I finished the shade. This matte brown shade I hit pan after 9 uses on the 3rd of July, and now have used it 21 times since last update. This shade, by the way, see, if you can't tell, these two have some lost product. This one had pan already, and I did hit pan on this one, but they did lose some product because I did drop it, but they were the only two affected. I do have a picture of the drop, and I wanted to mention it in this video. So that's why they have more taken out of them than was last month. I didn't use them that much. It just was dropped, and they had some fallout. But yeah, this one I used 9 times. I did expand the pan a little, and like I said, it did get dropped and some product came out that way. This one I didn't use very much. I used it 3 times this month. I've been focusing on this shade up here, and I also have been training where I can only use neutrals for work. So I've been using, the top row and not really so much the bottom row. This shade I expanded the pan on. I used it 5 times. This one I used 3 times before I hit pan on it. So July 3rd, I hit pan on it, and I've used it 5 times total. It's a very tiny little bit of pan in the middle. You can't really tell, but I hope you can see like where the light catches in the middle. And then this sad shade right here, I used once because I've been focusing on expanding the pans here on these two. Um, so my goals um, for next update are going to be to finish this center shade, expand the pan on this matte brown and this matte pink, uh, use this shade on the end here at least 5 times, and then expand these 3 shimmer shades, pans on these 3 shimmer shades. But yeah, my main focus is to finish this up. But yeah, that's my goal for the next update. Oh, I don't know why I'm so tired in these videos. It's not even that late. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to say about it. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't finish the shade, but at the same time I finished these 2 matte shades, so that was nice. I've noticed that these shimmers cling to the side of the pan, and it's actually pretty hard to pick up the product now that it's like around the sides, and so it takes a lot more uses to get it, you know, completely used up, which is very upsetting. Um, and then, yeah, so I foresee these 3 shimmer shades actually taking, these bottom ones, taking a little bit longer than I originally anticipated. These mattes might be gone before the shimmers are gone, which I thought the shimmers were going faster, so I thought that the shimmers would be gone before the mattes, but now I'm not so sure. I'm not really sure, but I would like to eventually hit pan on this shade right here. According to oh my goodness, according to, you know, previous updates on how long it took me to hit pan on these shades, it takes about, let me look back, 17 times, and then so it took me 26 uses to just hit pan on this shade, um, and I think it took me about 25 uses, I think it was, to hit pan on this shade. 28. Oh, no, 27. So 27 to hit pan on this, 26 to hit pan on this. So I'm thinking it's a good track record to say that it will probably take me about 25 or 26, 25 to 30 uses on this shade to hit pan on it. And I've used it a total of six times. I've used it 6 times. So I'm assuming it's gonna be another 20 uses before I hit pan on it. So if I can use it 5 times next month, and just keep going at it like that, chipping away about, you know, 5 times a month, putting it in my looks, you know, I will finally get use out of it. And as soon as these 2 mattes are gone, it's the only matte that I have. So obviously I won't get use out of it by then, but I've been focusing on this shade and this shade. Obviously I use this shade, I kind of shear it out all over my lid, and then I mix some shimmers, and then sometimes I will use this shade and this shade together, or I'll just use this shade. So there's not really any use for this shade right now, but sometimes I would do a like total pink look, and I will use pretty much every shade on the bottom row in that look, but right now my go-to look is this on a fluffy brush just all over my lid like as a crease shade. Um, and then this to deepen it up a little. And then I put a mixture of this shade and this shade and this shade shimmer all over my lid, which these two shades mixed together with a little bit of this pretty much makes this shade. Um, so not really necessary to do all that, but obviously I've been focusing on using this shade up, so that's why. Um, and yeah, I will add in some pictures at the end of what it looked like last month, what it looks like this month, compared in comparison, and previous months updates at the end here. And that's about it. So stay tuned for those and have a wonderful day.